Hey guys, Restless here, and I'm going to be doing a quick video on some Hunter tips tricks, letting you guys know how to play the Hunter class for 5.1 MOP, and first thing I'm going to be doing is kiting and how to not backpedal. Especially against any kind of melee class, you really got to be careful when you're kiting. Generally, try and go in a circle and get away.
Trinketed.
Use whatever you got, disorients, and all of that good stuff.
Asphyxiate.
Yep, and just kind of kite him and kill him and do whatever. He's popping a lot of cooldowns. That's okay. Yep.
Gorfin's grasp.
Any kind of thingy, you definitely don't want to backpedal, which is basically this. As you can see, just going straight back. Kind of being stupid. You're only going at 50% when you're backpedaling. However, when you hit W and A or D, or no, W and you hold down right click, you can go any way you want and kite, essentially. Like this. And just run around. And hopefully get away from the person that you're fighting. If you're going up against a caster, I would suggest trying to CC any kind of casts, bolts, or anything like that. Alright, let's see what we got next. Secondary Trink. A lot of hunters don't know about this, but Bestial Wrath actually gets you out of trinks. And I'm going to try and demonstrate that real quick. If yes, he will accept. Bestial Wrath, when you, I actually only use it as the secondary trink. I don't even use it in my burst macro anymore. Alright. And when he stuns me, I can get out of it. Bestial Wrath, completely get out of it, and I can start doing my rotation or doing whatever I want to do against him.
Gorfin's grasp.
And it's all good. For let's see what I want to do next. Alright, macros. Macros are a big one for sure. For most of my macros, as you can see down here, I have a disengage macro. A lot of these should be macroed, but they're not because I'm stupid. Alright, let's take a look. Whole bunch. For whenever my pet's not in ferocity and in cunning, this is what you want to do for the no crit thingy they have. I think it's like roar of sacrifice or some shit. Yeah. Slash target your person and then slash cast whatever you want to do. That works for the heal too down here. As you can see, target yourself. Spirit Mend, which is this. This is a pretty decent heal. It's a nice size hot, if I can show you real quick. Let's see. Bang. 18Ks every like 2 seconds. Oh, well, 12K. Yeah. Very good. Make sure you have that for your Spirit Beast. Let's see what else. Stampede buffs. A lot of people don't know this. But, as you can see, I only have 2 buffs, and one of them is just because my friendly DK is in the party with me. But, as you can see, if you use Stampede, look how many buffs I'm about to have. That mastery buffs from my regular pet. Bang. All buffs go up. This is from a few selection of pets that I have that give me every individual buff that lasts for as long as you have Stampede. But some of them actually give it for 2 minutes afterwards. And let's go back up here. Talents. Talents are a big one for, yeah, for just hunters in general. You really have to have these down to a science because a lot of them are trash. This is kind of like the basic, I guess. Everything here is pretty much what it should be except Spirit Bond. A lot of hunters take Exhilaration over it. I personally prefer Spirit Bond. I feel like it's more consistent heal. You don't have to pop it. There's no cooldown. And it basically heals as much as Exhilaration, except this one just takes 30 seconds to do that. So, prefer that. And then Aspects of the Iron Hawk is also very, very good. I'm actually almost thinking about switching to it, but Spirit Bond just seems to be pretty dominant at the moment. A lot of other controversy is Narrow Escape, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Chimera. I prefer Narrow Escape, but this isn't bad either. If you want to get your disengage on par with things like Death Grip and Charge, unless the warrior has double charge. Let's see. Glyphs? Glyphs are... There's not a lot of good glyphs, basically. They kind of ruined it, in my opinion. Animal Bond, 10% more healing to you and your pet. That's definitely a must. Mirrored Blades is something I very much like. When you see a Warlock casting Chaos Bolt, don't mind silencing that. You go ahead and use your deterrence, and that's going to reflect it back full. And then Marked for Death, which is if you use kind of like an instacast, like Arcane Shot, it automatically puts on Hunter's Mark, which makes you do 5% more damage. Very nice. Next on our list is Stats. Stats is pretty important for basically any class. I have 13% haste from attack speed, but basically haste should be about 2.53. You're not really worrying about haste. You shouldn't be using your Cobra Shot too much unless you want to refresh your Serpent Sting. Crit chance as much as you can get. Crit is fantastic. Expertise should be capped off just at 3.4. Same with hit chance. That's if you're PvP. You're straight PvP, like you're only arenaing. You don't need like 5% in it. And then Mastery, as much as you can get. Mastery is great, especially in Beast Mastery. PvP power, I don't really know too much about it. And then for Resilience, 65% is where you should basically be. And as much agility and stamina as you can get. Thanks for watching. This has been Hunter's Tricks Tip 5.1. Hope to see you guys soon.